Hello, this is Abhishek Sengupta once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In my last few videos, I have been talking about startups. Now, today I'll talk about the prototype stage of startup. Now, the first version or the preliminary version of a product or a show of service is prototype. This is used to evaluate the display of the product to the external world. Now, why this is important? Because this is how a final product is evaluated. But remember, this is one of the most difficult part of startup because you are making a product for external world with limited resources. You do not have a funding yet, you do not have anything, you just have an idea and you have probably the technical know-how to make the product or probably the way to present the service to the external world. So this is one of the difficult stage of startup activity. Remember, this has to be absolutely perfect irrespective whether you are having resources in your hand or not, because based on this you will have to plan, or your step for the future need to be determined, based on which you may get funding, you may not get funding, but anyhow you have to make your best foot forward. Now, what are the types of prototypes? Prototype is generally connected to the technical world. It's more seem like a technical term, but let me tell you, this is now a term of common circumference. This can be used everywhere, anywhere, in any of the startup or entrepreneur related activities. First thing, or rather the first type of prototype which is generally checked for, is the concept prototype. Overall concept of your business is checked. Overall vision is verified over here. Number two is feasibility prototype. Now here the feasibility of the product or the service is notified or checked. Number three is horizontal prototype. It is the check and of the scope of the proposed product. What is the scope of the product? This is checked in this kind of prototype. Number four is vertical prototype. Vertical prototype is the stage where the key components of your prototype or a prototype product is checked. It is the execution. In case of service, the execution plan is checked thoroughly in this product. And the last is the functional prototype. The functional prototype is when the sequence of usage of product is checked. So, irrespective of anything, you have to be absolutely clear and ready for these kinds of prototype, whichever I just talked about. Now, it is important that you have to put the right foot forward. You will not have the right resources in hand, but still you have to make the best of the product for the whole world so that they can see, they can like your product, they can recommend your product, they can give you the funding. That's all for today. I'll be back with more such kind of video. If you have any question, write on the comment section, or you can ping me on my social media. I have given you the link for that as well in the description of this video. I'll be back once again. Till then, stay connected, stay tuned.